You see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. You will know if an alternate exists solely based on their physical characteristics.
Look at you. So precious, just so full of life, just so full of energy, exhilaration, excitement. I gotta say, I'm very well pleased with you for arriving here on time for Saturday's Fright. Gotta say, it is truly an honor to see you time and time and again to come here, even though sometimes it might get a little bit, chaotic. But as a family, we come together and help each other out and stick with each other to the end, right? And that's what you've been doing with me, sticking with me to the end. I gotta say, it is truly an honor. And as for other things, it has been going great, considering the circumstances we're in. And I gotta say, it is truly a miracle that we're even gotten this far away from the cops. I mean, no one has found us yet. I mean, sure, the residence here has gone missing as of lately, during the past few weeks. Well, except for one particular problem. The kids are not here, which is good. I don't like having to take care of them. But it is truly an honor to get rid of the ones who personally takes care of them in a different way. But I gotta tell you, it's really nice here. It's cozy. It's pretty nice here. It's pretty freeing. Saturday's Frights, everyone. It's truly some. Hold on for a second. Hello?
This is Justin, right?
Yeah, this is he.
Did you really think I was gone? 'Cause I'm still here, whether you noticed or not.
It has been a long time, hasn't it?
Indeed. I gotta say, this conversation is long overdue.
It has truly been an honor to kind of go in this little loop with you. You really think you can revert me into you, do you?
And you think you're smart enough to change that?
Well, I am you, am I?
Not yet. You haven't suffered enough yet.
You forget who you used to be. A very smart, very... What's the word? I don't know. What do you think, Justin X? What is the word to describe us? Well, more me specifically.
Ahead?
That's the word. You know, I gotta tell you, you'll never catch me. And you're never going to convert me into whatever man you think I'm going to be.
Honestly, there's really no need for me to do anything. Your actions say enough.
Listen, I did what I had to do. Okay? You forced my hand.
Keep telling yourself there's another way. There's not. You'll see it eventually.
I guess I'll be seeing you real soon.
Maybe sooner than expected.
Looks like next week we're going to be having ourselves a little visitor. Now, if you don't know what Saturday's Fright is by now, maybe you just got here. Hey, welcome to the channel. Hey, we've been growing kind of with lately. Welcome to the channel. So, let me explain to you what it is. Saturday's Frights is where we come together every Saturday, as our little 100 and something tribe on YouTube, and then we come together, we sit back, sit back, relax, and enjoy some scary videos. And I gotta say, it is truly awesome to finally get one on time for once. Okay, it's on time, this guy. So without further ado, let's get into freaking Saturday's Frights, guys. Our first animation for today is by our girl, Cian, and it is called Roommate Horror Story. And it's a minute long, actually 2 minutes. And without further ado, let's get into it,
During my first year of college, I spent most of my time out at parties. On the other hand, my roommate was dedicated to keeping his GPA high. He studied almost every hour of every day. Despite our differences, I still considered him a great friend. I admired his dedication and invited him to a party with me on a Saturday night. He hesitantly declined, saying he had to study more because he had a test on Monday. I told him it was okay and not to wait up for me because I'd probably be coming home late. We bid our goodbyes, and then I went to go hang out with my friends.
Okay.
Me and my friends ended up spending most of our night at a party. One of them convinced me to stay at their house for a sleepover. I ended up agreeing, but I told them I needed to go back to my apartment to grab some clothes. Whenever I got back to my apartment, the door was unlocked and all the lights were turned off. I figured my roommate went to sleep early and left the door open so I wouldn't wake him up. I quickly got some clothes, then grabbed my keys without turning on the lights.
Brother about to get
I
wild.
locked the door, then left to my friend's house.
Oh, she got out.
To
Okay.
check on my roommate. The next morning, I walked back to my apartment. The front door was unlocked, which is weird, because I remember locking it last night before I left. I opened the door and went inside my roommate's room to ask if he wanted to go out for breakfast. I screamed at the sight. My roommate was dead. On the wall was a message written with his blood.
Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the lights?
Yo, that was kind of scary. Like, imagine walking into your roommate's room and then that's what you find. Like, imagine walking back in to your dorm. Dude's just bodied. Like, he was literally bodied before she came back the next morning. Like, he was bodied when she came to get her stuff and then left out. Then the killer came back, then wrote the thing in his blood. It was like, aren't you glad you didn't turn on the lights? She didn't even know he was dead. The second one is by our guys Wansi Entertainment, and it's called True Prom Horror Story. True Prom Night Horror Story. And so let's get into the prom night. Let's get it.
This story just happened last year. I work as a receptionist at a hotel, and we often hold high school proms here as we have a big hall and a stage.
Alrighty.
In order to get to the hall, we have to pass the reception desk. It was prom night, and it was already underway. All the students and teachers were in the dance hall. All the pictures had been taken, and the reception area was empty. At some point during the evening, someone approached the reception desk. I looked up to see a tall man standing there. He had a clean-shaven face, and his hair was greasy and tied back in a ponytail.
What he look like that?
He was wearing a suit that was pretty old, and it was also dirty, along with some Adidas shoes.
Bro, we came with the
Eyes
Adidas.
were wide open.
Yo!
And he said, "I'm here for the prom." At first,
Bro really said I'm here. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bro. Bro really said. Bro, that is crazy, bro. Then he gonna say prom? Nah, bro, you gotta kick this man out. Call the cops, bro. That's it. I would've called the police, bro. Say no more, bro. Say no more.
I'm here for the prom. first, I thought he was kidding. But he looked dead serious. He accidentally said porn, then he said prom. I said, are you employed by the school?
This man don't look employed, bro.
No.
You don't look employed for any job, period.
I still kept thinking he was joking.
What?
He looked to be in his late 40s, and he was telling me he was a high school student. So I asked him, how old are you? He said, I'm 17. No, 16. Yeah, 16.
This man look like a Japanese dude who's
I thought he was on
68.
drugs or something.
Get this man out of
I
here,
said,
bro.
I'm sorry, but you don't look 16 at all. He just stared at me, not saying a word, with his eyes wide, staring right at me.
Yo.
He leaned over to me and said, I'll make you a deal. I have a big blade in my pocket. If I'm not 16, you can cut my finger off. If I am 16, I can cut your finger off.
What? You lose neither way. The man wins. You're not 16.
He said that. I told my boss about what happened. He said to let him know if he comes back and he'll deal with it. I finished my shift around 12, and I went to get in my car. There was an envelope under my windshield wiper. Written on it was, a deal is a deal. I opened the envelope to see a human finger.
Nah, bruh.
And I had a feeling that this wasn't his own finger due to it being another color. I never saw that man again.
Where's his boss at? Wasn't he just talking with his boss? His boss held up his hand. He had a ring on it. Yo, he cut his boss's finger off. Yo.
And I always wondered why he was trying to get into that prom.
Bruh. Bro, that man was in there. He was about to play that old finger trick. Hey, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Like, just fingers go on, guys. Look at that. It's gone, guys. Look at that. This third one for the day is by our girl Snarl Ante Starfire. And it is called A Christmas Horror Story. And yeah, so we gotta react to some new Snarl ones with our Black E. That didn't even sound right. That sounded kind of a little bit racist, but I'm black, so it's not really racist. But hey, we here with the Ante Starfire. This one, I literally just clicked on it. I automatically saw it up. I was like, okay, Starfire. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Happy holidays, Oddings. It's your Ate Sapphire. Don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications.
Dope.
Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
Ooh.
This is an original holiday tale that was inspired by a post on the No Sleep subreddit written by username Heyong.
Alrighty.
Every year, there's that one popular toy that every kid wants, and every parent is fighting to find. Tickle Me Elmos, Furbies, Hatchimals. This year, it's the best friend. They come in a variety of animal
That
shapes.
thing looks ugly, bro. I don't know why I would want
with your
that.
kid as if it were a real living thing. It's all my son Rex would talk about in the months leading up to Christmas. He would show me videos on YouTube of other kids playing with their best friends. The technology was actually incredibly impressive and justified the hefty price tag. It would ask the kids questions like how old they were, where they lived, and it would give realistic responses when the kids answered. It could even walk next to you and follow you around the house. Rex even explained to me that it used cameras and sensors to do
Is it Chucky? What?
It's crazy how knowledgeable and comfortable kids are around tech these days. When I was his age, I could barely operate a TV. I told him that if he was really good, Santa would definitely get it for him.
Bro, I use computers on tablets. I can barely operate that.
It's at every online store. The only best friends available were being resold for 10 times what they were worth. It was a week before Christmas, and I had pretty much given up hope. But then, a friend of mine texted me. He had found a paper ad on a coffee shop bulletin. A man had purchased a bunch of best friends and was selling them for face value. But there was no name or contact info, not even a phone number. Just a location and window of time to meet him.
Nah,
There were
see,
so many
we
red
not doing
flags
that.
that it
That's
was
what we.
probably just a
That's
scam.
what we don't do.
But I
Right
was
there.
desperate. And the location was on my way to work. I figured it wouldn't hurt to go see if it was legit.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Next morning,
It's
I
gonna
went
hurt.
to the neighborhood park listed on the ad and looked.
Never buy
for
stuff
the
from
truck.
weird people.
There it was, off in the far corner of the parking lot. As I approached it,
Look at this car. Look at this truck, bro. You want to buy from this? Tell me if you trying to buy from this. Because this look like there's bodies back there instead of best friends. I'm just going to let you know that right off the bat, Chief. We don't know what's back there. Mans could have a whole mounted machine gun back there just hidden, ready to unleash it upon the crowd. Like, what? Bro.
as I approached it, I saw that there were anti-government conspiracy theorist bumper stickers all over it. It
Bro.
was an inside job, don't trust banks, technology will kill us, that sort of thing. I approached the driver's side window and saw a man in his 50s. Hi,
What do you look like?
I'm here to get a best friend.
Sure. I'll need a photo of you first.
Okay.
What?
He pulled
Bro,
out
you
my
said-
camera and snapped a photo of me.
This girl said, okay, I need a photo of you first. Did she tell him, like, come on, bro?
I figured it was his kooky way of recording his sales. I didn't know, and I didn't care to ask.
You must be pretty desperate to get a toy from a stranger in a parking lot.
The man said.
Why are you asking all these many questions?
Yeah, I really, really, really need this.
Oh, you need this. Well, I'm glad to have helped.
You accept Venmo? I asked him, gesturing to the app on my cell phone. He burst out laughing.
Only idiots willingly carry a tracking device on them. Cash only.
Luckily, I had some on me, and I handed it to him. You know, cell phones are really useful. The man handed me the box. And as he did, he looked deep into my eyes and said,
Their greatest achievement was making us believe that we need the things that will one day betray us.
okay, this guy's nuts.
Yeah, get away from him, bro. Like, this man is on some acid, like,
I was just happy to have.
why is we
my
taking a
best
toy
friend.
from him? Like,
Afterward,
genuinely,
I
like,
didn't even bother
no.
wrapping the toy or waiting until Christmas.
Why would he even
I
be
handed it
buying
straight
these and
to my
selling
son,
them if
who
they...
began jumping
Bro.
up and down with glee. This particular one looks like a cute little dinosaur, which he loved.
He did something to that
I
toy,
had seen
bro.
him in a long
He's
time.
about to turn into Chucky and start
Loved
taking
that
everybody
thing
out.
and took it everywhere with him. The first incident that should have told me something was up was when I started receiving emails for services I hadn't signed up for. I just wrote them off as spam. Then my credit card statements started showing transactions that were definitely not mine. Theft was pretty
Yo.
common around the holidays, so I had my bank send me a new card, and that was that. But the worst of it was when our house was broken into. We had spent Christmas Day at my mother's house with family, and we came back home to find our windows smashed and many of our valuables stolen. It was the
Bro.
worst possible way to end such a joyful day.
That
As
dude
my wife
broke
and I
in their
examined the
crib.
mess, my son came up to me and handed me his best friend. He wants to talk to you. Please, Rex, I don't have time to play your games right now.
Before we dive right into whatever the heck is about to happen, which I'm pretty sure I got a feeling what's about to happen, bro. My eyes are watering. I always got a fear of this stuff. I don't like to buy big teddy bears and all that big stuff. The reason why I don't is because I'm always scared. Because you know, like you heard the stories and stuff when cameras are hidden in them. Like I can't handle that. Like if I find out that I got a hidden camera in my house or something, like it's a no for me, sir. If man start talking through this thing, I'm done, bro.
Still think I'm nuts, Lisa?
I recognize that voice.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Still think I'm nuts, Lisa?
I recognize that voice. That's when it all made sense. I grabbed the toy from him and looked for a battery pack. It must have been really well concealed because I couldn't find any zippers or compartments. The toy continued to taunt me.
You invited me in. You knew what I was capable of, and you didn't care.
Shut up! I took it to the kitchen and pulled out a butcher knife. My son was yelling at me the entire time, telling me not to hurt him. But I had to. I had to destroy it.
Bro, she gets so intense into this, bro.
So easily.
I smashed its face. I could hear the mechanism inside. My son was hysterical. But he didn't understand how serious this was.
I would have punched that toy. Oh, he getting hysterical? I'm punching him too.
Safety. My son looked at me with the most hateful expression I had ever seen. I hate you, Mom. I hate you! He stormed off to
It had to happen, kid.
as I fell apart in the kitchen.
And he gonna get over it when he older. Trust me.
Thought it was going to be that easy? I know everything about you now, Lisa.
Yo!
Get rid of all your devices. I'll keep finding you.
Bro, man's a menace. Bro said, I'm gonna keep finding you. Well, come and find me then. You ain't gonna like what you find. I'm about to put a knife directly in your jawbone, out to the back of your head. I'm ready, baby. I'm about to do that. And then after that, grab a shotgun, bust his stomach open. Then I'm gonna go dive into the stomach. Then pull out. This fourth one for the day is called OnlyFans Horror Story. And I kind of forgot the name of the person who made this, but hey, shout out to you for making it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
For context, I'm a 20-year-old man. My name is Jack. But this horror story I'm gonna tell you didn't happen to me. It happened to a close friend of mine. Her name's Cecilia.
All right.
We met on the integration meeting after our first day of college. I was pretty new to the area. I just moved from another city and I was excited to attend my dream college, get the best education I can and a good degree in my field. I had just moved here and all of my friends were in my hometown. I decided to make a new friend with this beautiful woman with a friendly face and say hi. Cecilia was gorgeous and probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
Cecilia looked like she smoked cigarettes, bruh.
She had big, beautiful blue eyes and glamorous skin. She really stood out from the crowd and, to me, glowed like an angel.
She looked like she got Egyptian tattoos on her neck, bruh.
I mean, hell, that's why she stuck out so much, and I approached her. Something about her when I first met her indicated to me that we would share a lot of amazing moments in life. I knew that she was somewhat special just initially meeting her. So when I approached her and greeted her, it was a real pleasure. It turns out that she...
Bro, look at my man's SpongeBob body, bro. Like... Man's is built like a 1x1 Lego piece, bro. Bro look like he got a cake as his stomach and they added an extra layer of cake on top of it. Like, bro, no, bro. This man's head look like a peanut.
So when I approached her and greeted her, it was a real pleasure. It turns out that she was new and rather lonely here as well. She was from a different state and was actually looking for a new friend. We had the same intentions. I invited her out for coffee that day. After that, I decided to go and talk with the rest of the freshmen from the meeting. I met a lot of my future friends that day, people who I still keep in contact with today. From that day forward, Cecilia and my relationship skyrocketed. We sat together during lectures, had lunch together. We FaceTimed each other almost every other day and gossiped harmlessly about our classmates.
Bro, watch man's legs up
best
like
friends.
that.
Unfortunately, things started going downhill after that. I myself was fortunate to have parents who financially supported me every step of the way. I could rent an apartment and buy everything I needed for a student's life with ease. But Cecilia had no financial support. She had to help herself. She worked a not-so-fun job at McDonald's, and the hours were grueling and long. This was starting to interfere with her education, and she had trouble studying. This really wasn't working out for her, so she started looking for smaller sort of side hustles online. She asked me for some advice or tips, but I didn't know what to tell her. Hell, I hadn't worked a day in my life. What was I gonna tell her? One day, Cecilia came across a website called OnlyFans. It was a pretty new and highly trending website. I didn't know much about the website, aside from the fact that it was known for adult content and pretty much every other Twitch streamer or Instagram girl had one in their bio. One day, she explained to me the nature of the website over FaceTime. She explained to me that she could make hundreds or even thousands of dollars just posing half-naked online. Men were thirsty enough to just drop money on this stuff. She said she could finally be financially independent without even having to do any work. She didn't even have to show more intimate parts of her body and could make hundreds off fetishists who just want to see her hands or feet. She was blown away by the easy money and was eager to start an OnlyFans account. From that day, I warned her that it was a bad idea. It sounded like a dream side job at first and sounded like really good, easy money, but something was too good to be true. I told her that the whole idea of showing her face and body to a bunch of weirdos and creeps online could only be dangerous. You never know what their real intentions are behind a screen. She didn't seem to pay any mind to my concerns. She thought it was her easy way out of this problem. She truly didn't mind showing her body online if there was a monetary reward.
That's probably why your nose looks
she
big and
really
crooked.
was this desperate.
Well,
We
I'm
got into a
most
small
people's
argument,
people.
but I backed out. I realized I couldn't
I'm gonna
change
chill
her
out.
mind
I'm roasting
and
them
let
too
it be.
hard, right?
She signed up for an account and
Yo!
started posting photos shortly after that. After a while, she told me that it was the best decision in her life. She told me she made triple the amount she made at McDonald's and barely had to put in any effort. She could actually focus on school and had spare time now. After she told me that a few men paid her thousands of dollars for some fully naked photos, I was very uncomfortable. I explained to her once again that this whole thing will backfire when some psychopath meets her, but she ignored my advice as usual.
Put your fist
It
down.
bothered me. I personally felt that your body should be reserved for the one you love, the one who cares about you,
Come on,
the
bro.
one who's there for you. But in the end of the day, it was her body and her life. None of my business. But the next few weeks, everything seemed to be going back to normal. But one day, something horrible happened. Normally, we would meet each other in the morning before classes, but she didn't show up. That's weird. I checked my phone and she didn't let me know. This was even weirder. Normally, she'd text me. I was surprised, but didn't think much of it. I decided to go on with the rest of my day.
Like a big old
The day
iPad
went
in
by
his
and
hand.
I still didn't see her. She didn't join me at lunch or sit next to me during
Bro, I
class.
have an iPad. I
When
know
I
what
checked
an
my phone
iPad
that
looks
night,
like,
I
bro.
noticed that she hadn't even been online since yesterday. 2 days went by and I started to get phone calls from her family and close friends. They wanted to know where she could possibly be. She literally disappeared from the face of the earth. Her mom eventually called the police and reported her as a missing person. The search begun. For a few days, the police asked everyone around her, including me, about where they saw her the last time. But after a few more days of searching and still no trace of her, the police asked for volunteers to help them. Me and several of her other friends decided to join in on the search. Armed with flashlights, we all checked through the local forest. It was exhausting. We searched up and down and still didn't find a single trace of her or her body. At this point, her parents were devastated. They were already crying. They knew that after this much time of someone being missing, the chances of survival were really, really low. The police finally got a warrant to search through her apartment. But when they looked through there, they saw no traces of any violence or that anything could have happened. Nothing was touched. They expected a fight scene or some broken plates or a messed up bed. But this didn't add up. If she was abducted, there would be some traces or some sign. But no, the detectives found the apartment clean. The only lead they could find was an open OnlyFans page with her photos on it. They assumed that this was the doing of one of her followers, maybe. The police looked through her laptop thoroughly, but they still found nothing. Her messages and her subscribers revealed no information. Even their best investigator had no clue where she was. There was no trace of her or whether she was even alive. There were no suspects and no witnesses.
Dang.
Police and the volunteers searched for her for about another month. They did everything they could. They hung flyers, posted her on social media. Still, she wasn't found. The police eventually closed the case. Her family and friends were devastated. I considered myself lucky and let out a sigh of relief. My plan succeeded, and I was happy about that. It was a great idea. I left her body in the basement of an abandoned farmhouse about 100 miles from the city. Nobody even suspected me because I was playing along as a victim, a good friend who only wanted the best for her. I told her not to use OnlyFans, but she wouldn't listen to me. I couldn't let anyone aside from me watch her body. I hated the idea of these creepy old men seeing her. I hated seeing those photos online. She could only be mine, and mine alone. Maybe if she weren't so stubborn and listened to my advice, she would have lived. We were meant for each other. We would look perfect together. But she just treated me like a friend. I'm perfectly fine with what I did. I don't regret it.
Bro, you didn't even make any moves. You didn't even say nothing to her. You didn't say how I felt or with this and that. Bro, you built like SpongeBob, bro. Well, guys, that is it for Saturday's Frights. That was crazy. These were some very good ones. That second one threw off the vibe, and then the fourth one, why was I roasting that man? I mean, hey, he deserved it. Bro deserved it after what he did. I knew that dude was a creep from the beginning. But hope you guys enjoyed that video. Guys, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Peace, everybody. If you guys enjoy Saturday's Frights. And now I'm gonna get out of here, okay? Gotta go and hit the road. Because I got some business to take care of. Some preparing to do. Wondering what I'm gonna do when he gets here.